What is going on, buddy? Welcome back to All Things Film. Today I'm here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 9 and some Rick Grimes news because Entertainment Weekly just released some information where they actually told us what we're going to be seeing during his final scenes. Also, this is some pretty heavy information, so in case you don't want to know like a potential end to Rick, I don't know how true this is, but in case it is actually, what's going to be happening, I will say, spoiler warning. Also, I want to say thank you guys for all the support on these videos. I truly do appreciate it. I just hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday, and that's so crazy to me because I know it's not that much, but The Walking Dead is my favorite show, and the fact that people like watching my videos talking about it is just so awesome. So again, thank you guys for all the likes, comments, and subscriptions. And we're less than a week away from the premiere, so we got a lot of Walking Dead stuff coming. So if you are a fan of the show, be sure to subscribe. But other than that, let's get started. So this is what Entertainment Weekly had to say about Rick's final scene. So they said, as cameras line up for a scene in which Rick will walk through a pile of bodies, many nameless to the Walking Dead fans, some not so nameless, the man who has been #1 on the call sheet for 9 seasons paces in the corner of the room. He then squats, then he sits, then he lies down, then he's up again. It's a routine to which castmates have become well accustomed. Stand, pace, squat, sit, lie down, roll over, rinse, repeat. So a couple of things here. So Norman Reedus talked about Rick's final scene also, and I made a video about that if you want to go check it out. But Norman said that Rick was lying down and he had a soft giggle towards the end of the scene. So it does match up with what's happening here when they say Rick is lying down. But them saying that Rick is walking through a pile of bodies and some are nameless and some are not so nameless, that makes me feel like it might be like a dream sequence or something. Because if he's walking through a pile of bodies, okay, so the first thing that jumped at me is walkers, but I'm not sure why it would be this emotional around walkers, unless maybe he just got bit and he's just walking around walkers, for his final moment. But we know Shane is coming back, that's been confirmed. And Shane, Jon Bernthal, he was filming during Rick's final episode, which was episode 5. So that being said, I feel like maybe when he's walking through these pile of bodies, maybe it's gonna be like old people on The Walking Dead, like Shane, Lori, Carl, Herschel, all those people. But again, that being said, there has been no word of anybody, any old castmates filming besides Jon Bernthal. Because the moment Jon Bernthal was seen on set, everybody took photos of him and it was all over the internet within hours of him being there. So that being said, I don't think, to my knowledge, there's been nobody else seen on set like Carl, Lori, Glenn, anybody like that. I could be wrong, and maybe they did a good job of actually keeping it under wraps, and if they did that, I'm gonna be so happy. And the fact that they said there's gonna be a pile of bodies and some of them are gonna be nameless and some aren't gonna be so nameless, that really makes it seem like, this pile of bodies, it's gonna be significant. It's not gonna just be like a bunch of walkers or anything, unless they're tricking us. But again, it's Entertainment Weekly, I don't think they are. So yeah, I think there's gonna be some significance there, and because of the fact that maybe we're gonna recognize some of the people in this pile of bodies, I feel like it's gonna be like a dream sequence or a hallucination, because there's nowhere else we would see like a pile of bodies of people we're familiar with. So maybe this is actually Rick's final scene, but not his actual death. So Rick dies or whatever happens to him, whether he gets stabbed or bit, Rick is dying, and then he has a hallucination with Shane, and that makes sense why Shane would be there in a hallucination or a dream, because obviously Shane is dead. So that makes sense. So him dying in his afterlife or whatever, he sees Shane, and then he sees all these other people, and then maybe Shane is gonna be the only one who actually talks to him, because it looks like Jon Bernthal actually went to film and maybe the others didn't, and the others are just gonna be in the background, because they could do work in CG which makes the other people in the background and stuff. But I just hope to God they do a good job with the CG and actually makes it look real. But yeah, there's been no word of the other people filming, so that's what I'm assuming, and that's what I think is gonna happen here, because we know Shane is dead, so it's obviously gonna be a flashback or a hallucination. And if Rick is gonna be walking across a pile of bodies where there's people we're familiar with and maybe people we aren't familiar with, it's obviously gonna have to be like a dream sequence or a hallucination or something. So that's what I think is gonna be. But there's not much more more to this. That's all they had to say about it, and it was a lot of heavy information though, because it kind of tells us that Rick actually might be dying, because there's no real reason why Rick would be hallucinating and seeing old people, his old friends, if he didn't die. And I don't know, they're just releasing so much information on us, and I just believe Rick is actually gonna die now. For the longest time, I was thinking that, you know, Rick is gonna be left open-ended, and you know what, it still might be left open-ended, but we're getting so much information just recently with Norman Reedus talking about his final scene, and now Entertainment Weekly talking about his final scene, that I actually believe there might be a huge chance that Rick actually is gonna die, which is gonna be super crazy and super sad. But we don't know anything for sure, because there was a bunch of fake scripts leaked, and like apparently there was like more than one ending to Rick, like they shot multiple endings. I don't know, there's so much information out there that we don't really know what's gonna happen until we see the episode 5, I guess it is. And yeah, but based on this information, it looks not so good for Rick. But in the comments down below, I want you guys to comment and what you think and what you made out of, you know, what Entertainment Weekly had to tell us, because it is some huge information. So I would love to hear from you guys, but I am gonna wrap it up there, and I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Again, thank you guys for all the support on these videos, I do appreciate it. And for daily Walking Dead videos, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been All Things Film, and until next time, peace.